Hello and welcome to ARK, the complete series. Well, I finally managed to get this base to more or less where I want it to be. I mean, this is for mainly just working out in the actual asteroid area over here, just to basically gather resources and, well, get more tech things. Basically, that's what it's mostly about. A lot of the sort of like materials I'm gathering are just getting dumped into this tech replicator because there's all sorts of things I want to do because I've barely like touched tech in the entire playthrough, even though it like became an option, once you sort of like beat the overseer in the island. But what I wanted to do today was really sort of like help out these Gachas a bit more because they're mainly producing silica. Because that was something that was really something I needed for these sort of doors. I mean, the plan is I want to do something similar over at the other base, the main base. I want to get that all techified, if you will. But I must admit, some weird things I found. I mean, I was a bit surprised because I put these roofs in here, and yeah, I was kind of like hoping you could have sort of like one big massive open roof, if you will, see-through, because the way I've set it up is you can actually tweak the settings so that it's opaque, for example, so you can see through one side but you can't see through the other. So that's what I've done, but unlike some of the other things you can do with S Plus, where you can remove like corners and edges, and that's what I was really hoping for, was to sort of make this look as though it was just one big pane of glass essentially, but you can't really do that, unfortunately. It doesn't give you choices, so it just changed the transparency. I mean, if you go to the normal ones, when I say the normal ones, these are just tech ceilings, whereas these are tech glass ceilings. With these ones you can change the variance at least, but yeah, you can't do that. If you go to the other sort of like glass walls and what have you, you've got that extra feature, if you will, which I quite like. Anyway, what I want to do next really is... Well, it was you. It was Molly. I just heard this weird noise and I'm thinking, what the heck was that? But I think what I could really do is just get these Gachas moving on a bit. So I could do with some snow owls. I mean, I've got Ozzy over there, and could sort of like bring some of the actual owls that I've got across from extinction, for example. But I thought what I'll do is, well, let's spice it a bit. Let's go out and see what the actual R variants are like, because one of the things I do like about the Genesis 2 map is that it gives you these harpoons and net projectiles. So I thought, oh, that'd be interesting to see what it's like to try and trap a snow owl with one of those instead. So that's what we're going to do. The only thing is, I've started the game and apparently the actual event started. Now, I've done a dino wipe. And you can see there, did a cheat destroy wild dinos. And on the way here, there were no dinos. It's like, normally they start showing up pretty early. So that kind of threw a curveball. I'm thinking, okay, has something happened here? Because normally, as I say, they turn up quite quickly. Anyway, what I want to do is I want to grab, let's see which one's which. You're the one with the bags. I want to grab this one because, just put that in your weight. I may as well just grab these batteries, because I want to take this one back to base, and I want to use that one to get some sort of, I mean, I can, I suppose, I mean, the plan was to get a tech strider that did, it could do the harvest and it could do the bags, but this one's kind of like going to waste really. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one back to base, and I want to use it to get things like the berries, for example. So we'll upload this beastie. Yeah, and I'll just leave that one there. That one can be used for doing the harvesting of the resources here on the asteroid. The one we've just uploaded, we'll use that to, as I say, get berries and what have you, because they're still good for that. So I need to dash back to the base and start looking for snow owls, assuming these things have started respawning. Well, now that the sun's up, I think it's about time to go and have a look for some snow owls. So I'm going to have a look around. Let's see where we're at so far. I'm heading down into the south of the area because they usually spawn around like mountainous areas. I'm just having a look around. I mean, the game's already started to tease me, I must admit. I saw a text strider that's got the extraction tool plus the bags, and that was a level 135. And it's like, no, not more missions. But seeing as the Halloween event's on, I thought I'd have a look and see if there's any interesting colours. I mean, so far there was I think it was an RG wandering around here somewhere. Like, mostly red. Oh, there it is, there. So it's like, there's that one there. I've seen there was an Orvis that I saw as well, which is just bright red. So that might be the common theme that we start to see. I mean, I don't need like any high level snow owls. I just need them for the pellets, really. Just to be able to give those to the Gachas, because the Gachas can then, well, I'm only sort of like breeding them up to a certain like crafting skill level, so I can get more resources. I think it's like once you get to about level 160, that's about the cut-off point. After that, they start producing more actual items. Now I'm more interested in the actual silica pearls. A bright red over there for that Carno. Bright red for a Gallimimus, it seems. No sign of any snow owls though. Try getting a bit deeper in. Otherwise I'll have to have a look and see where they normally spawn. Because it's like typical of ARK, really. Like, whenever you're looking for something, it'll be hard to find. It seems a bit... Well, yeah, I'm not really seeing much in the colours, I must admit. Oh, hello. Is that a bear? Can I pick that up? Nope. Trying to steer one of these is quite fun. So what colour are you? Kind of like an orangey red. With hints of... Yeah, it's like reddy colour. It's difficult to see in the sort of light and what have you. Shades of red, but probably the common theme. I don't think that bear was too pleased. I picked it up and threw it back down again. It's like you can either like the music going there. It's like, oh, I don't like that. Interesting red spines on this spino over there. But where's the snow owls? We're in for the snow owls. I wanna trap snow owls. This is all about fun with snow owls. Right, well I'm just going to keep wandering around and I'll see what I can see. Ah, now that's something I forgot about. I mean, we are over... I mean, yeah, we're not too far from the actual base, but I came across here and noticed there's a couple of snow owls were just wandering around. But I noticed that there's a snow owl ghost as well. Okay, that's interesting. Something we could think about. The only trouble is I don't have any... Actually, what... Ooh! Level 145. Jeez Louise. I mean, I don't have, like, kibble or anything to sort of, like, to tame these things with. I'm going to have to look for an Orvis. I mean, I don't know what happened. There was two Orvis, like the normal type of Orvis. I say normal, but these are our variants that you get on Genesis too. But I guess I'm gonna have to tame these using mutton and. Well, I haven't said that. I think I might have some eggs back at base. Yeah, because I've got the. It's a possibility. Yeah, that's a possibility. But I mean, my server settings are tweaked a bit anyway. The only thing I have to bear in mind is that the actual harpoon and the net that you get, they can only basically immobilize something for a brief amount of time. Fortunately, something like a snow owl is going to keep attacking you anyway. I mean, we don't have much in the way of sort of like armor because I'm just using the exosuit. I'm going to have to look for an Ovis then. Ah, yes, that explains, because obviously this is a Halloween event, so there's actually a ghost direwolf down there as well. So that means there'll be other sort of like dinos out and about that are ghost variants as well. So, curiosity. I don't think that'll attack me while I've got Lola here. That's what I decided to call her. Ooh! That's an interesting colour. Ow, 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 ow. So that's an R variant of the Thylacoleo. Where did you go? It's like, can you like land somewhere? That'll make my life easier. Might come after me if I get off Lola, I must admit. Then again, so might everything else. Actually, I want the trap. There it is. It's right up there. Use the passive. See if it'll come and attack me. Well, yes, it is. It's designed to attack me. Cool. Right, just like gravity, getting you back down again. That was quick. Let's see how this goes. So it's a female ghost, which itself sounds a bit weird, I must admit. A ghost snow owl. Now, the thing is, as I say, my server settings are quite high anyway, but I'll have to see whether that trap's going to break and it's going to get back out, and I'll have to get the actual harpoon gun out again. You probably would on an official server, especially at that high level. Ow, ow, ow. Ooh, I was so close. Ow, 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 ow. Jeez Louise. Oh, I was so close. I was getting so close to it. It's not working. The trap, I can't get it there. Oh. Oh no! Ooh, get out of here, dude! I don't have the gear. I just simply don't have the gear to pull this sort of thing off. It's a bit tricky that, because that's a thought. Can I do? Yes, we're not quite at taming. Yeah, so if I want to tame something at that high level, I need better armor. Ooh, wow, that was so close, because I just couldn't, for whatever reason, I just couldn't seem to hit it with the actual net projectile. It might be better to just sort of like basically trap it you know, knock it out and then put some sort of trap around it so it can't get back up again. Oh, hello. So you're coming after me, are you? I'm reluctant to sort of do anything at the moment because I'm just... That's a thought. Have I got any brews? I'll get my health back up. I mean, it's interesting sort of like gear this because it's very low level in terms of armor, but it means you don't need the actual element to power it. So it comes at a price of it. The armor just sucks basically. I mean, that armor's like 100. It's better than nothing, but it's kind of sucks. Oh, we're so close to getting that one. Out of curiosity then. What have we got? What's that one? It's Let me see if we can grab that direwolf then. I'm just keeping my eye out in case that snow owl decides to come back. I've noticed there's the pumpkins are starting to show up as well as the little scarecrows. Oh no, the gun's jammed. That's a feature. Probably in my interest to stay a bit further away actually. I mean, it's only level 85, but all the same, it's like... I want to know what... where it's at, because I need to knock it out. Seriously? So I mean, I'd say like the projectile made it a bit easier, but... Yeah, if you can't hit... Oh! If you can't... I think it'd make more sense to try and trap something, to be honest. Now that's interesting, so it didn't... Even though it's like... Ah! Now that's showing like a yellow colour. I wonder if there's like a cooldown period or something. Ah, now that might be it. So top... Now hang on a minute. It's shown torpor as 0. Ah, now I wonder if this is because of these ghost ones. So the torpor is shown 0. Ah, now that might explain things. Anyway. I'm down to 7 of these projectiles. I mean, I haven't done this. I've never really bothered with these ghost dinos, so I wonder if that's it. And that's a level 90. I mean, that's interesting. Interesting colours, I suppose, but... Park you up here.
Oi, survivor!
So you're flapping around there for a minute. Right, let's try that again. Yeah, you see it's the torpor, that's why. Ah, foobar. I think that's quite amusing, that. It's got our head stuck in the ground. Right, tell you what, let's give us some button and... Seriously? She's just up there. Right, tell you what, get there. Right, taming list. Let's put you on. Put you on the hood, so I know where you are. We'll go and get Lola. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to have a look and see what I need to do with these ghost dinos, because I've never really bothered with them before. So you must have to do something different, because the topo is just having no effect on them. Seriously? You want to land there? That's always the one fun thing you have with these wyverns or wyverns. Is actually try and land the beasties. Right, so actually probably do. Right, here. Yeah, so pro tip. It doesn't work so well on a on a ghost. Oh jeez Louise. Right, so that gets that one done. Right, I think we'll go and look out for some normal ones then. It's nearly midnight. And I'm looking around to see what's going to happen. Because I've done this on some, like, the likes of the island and so on, but I'm curious if it's any different on Genesis. Because one thing I've found is you can't tame those ghost dinos. There's different types of ones that you'll find, but the trouble is you can't actually tame them. If you kill one of them, you'll get a ghost costume that you can put on your own dinos. I mean, Lola here, I got her in a Halloween event, so she's like a zombie wyvern, but it's after midnight. I'm not really seeing anything or hearing anything to suggest I've done anything on this particular map for Halloween. But I'm over here in the right up in the north, because I found there was about 3 low-level owls scattered around. That's all I'm after, really, low-level ones, just to make my life easier. So I'm going to wait until it gets a bit brighter, till we get back to daytime, and I'll try and tame some of these little low-level ones. Now, this is interesting. There's quite a few snow owls that I've found, but they're all like flying like really, really high in the sky for some reason. I mean, I don't want to sort of like get off Lola and all of a sudden find all of them are coming at me at the same time, but it's kind of unusual, I must admit this, because usually they're attacking like the herbivores, like the woolly mammoths and woolly rhinos and so on. Oh, that's an interesting colour one. Oh, hello. Oh, I ended up back on there.
Hey, survivor!
Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Can I get your attention? Oh, that's interesting. What the heck? Lola's disappeared up into this. What? What the heck happened there? Lola's disappeared. It's like all of a sudden everything just suddenly decided to go like flying high up into the sky. She's just like completely all the way up there. So like, what? I mean, this is only a level 15 one. Oh, I was wondering what that was. I'm thinking, right, okay, so I'll tell you what. Right, this is a bit of a problem because I've got nothing to, like, beat it with, because Lola's like way, way up in the stratosphere. Where the heck has she gone? She just suddenly decided to go flying all the way up to there. Because it was weird. I mean, I'm looking at the gravity and I'm like, what the heck happened there? Because I caught the snow owl in a net, but then it started to go upwards instead of... Oh, there you are. What the heck are you doing up there, mate? This is just plain weird. I mean, she didn't like try to land or anything. She just like, nope, I'm going right as high as I possibly can. Right, come on. I'm just checking I've still got the furry thing. Yep, we've still got the furry thing. She's still around. Right, you can land. If you can be bothered. Come here. I'm sort of like getting stuck in... I kind of sort of like... Oh, good grief. Right, I need to get back on. Right, that's better. I think you're getting caught in some sort of mesh. So I couldn't sort of like get back on her so easily. Right, so if we grab... Oh no, you've got no mutton left. It's all wasted. It's going to take a bit longer, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm not really after that. You don't need that much. I mean, say my server settings are quite high anyway, so... Oh, hope I've got any more. Yeah, I've got some cryopods, that's good. That could have been awkward. Yes, I'm not really sort of fussed about the taming efficiency, because these are just low level ones. So I'll have a bit of a wander around, because there's quite a few of them around here. And I think about actually what we've got so far. We've got a female. So we've got 2 females. So I could do with a male. Just for the sake, I may as well get the eggs as well. So we'll get a few more, and I'll be able to take them back and, yeah, we can feed those owl pellets to the Gachas. Ah, yes, I forgot about that. You also get skeleton dinos on the map. Aha! So there's the Brundo. There's a complete skeleton. That's quite amusing. I mean, I'm not finding any sort of like wonderful colours, I must admit, among these snow owls. I've got myself 4 of them, so I've got a male and 3 females, all low levels. I mean, the texturider colours are just kind of like normal, I must admit. But I was kind of like hoping for something like exciting for the snow owls, at least in terms of colours. I mean, I did do like a complete like reset, completely wiped the map. So, I mean, in all fairness, like, I mean, usually the colours are quite rare, but you normally see like, you know, maybe one dino's got a, you know, like a colour in one zone or something. Hello. What the heck was that? Was that a mailing? Oh, was that? Just it looked as if it was falling out of the sky or something. I thought that looks a bit bizarre. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you sort of get dinos with maybe sort of like one colour in one zone, and sometimes you'll get a dino that's got all colours in all zones. But gotta admit, it's looking a bit bland, to be honest. But anywho, at least I've got my actual snow owls, so we're going to take those all back to base. Well, I managed to get some more of these snow owls, so I've brought them back to base. And what I've done as well is I've put in some more of these item aggregators that you get with S+. So I've got this one, for instance, here, which is set up to collect the eggs, because I've got female snow owls, they're laying eggs. So it's a case of, may as well make use of them for like kibble basically, so I'll keep those. And then I've got another one now, which is dedicated specifically to the snow owl pellets. So it basically takes those pellets that the owls are dropping, and then it distributes them so that there's at least 2 kept on the Gachas. So the reason, I mean, before I only had just one of these, and it's going to be a case of I'll start gathering and collecting things, and at some point these are just going to run out. They're going to hold quite a bit. I mean, they've got like 500 slots, but I thought, well, I may as well get set up with some dedicated ones. Now, this one, on the other hand, this one's dealing with the actual crystals. So I'll have a look. I mean, I've got a crystal cracker here. So what this one's going to be doing is it's going to be gathering metal ingots from the forge here. That's to automate that process a bit more. So it's gathering gacha crystals, but also ingots. And then the distribution, it's set to basically any metal. If I was to put some metal in here, for instance, it would automatically send it to the forge. The crystals go to the cracker. Anything else in storage gets uploaded to dedicated storage. So at the moment it's pulled like 180 ingots. So at some point it should upload those to my dedicated storage box over there. Whereas with the crystals, it's going to send them over the cracker. And so far we've got these 2 items here, which I think I'll just grab actually, because I want to take these back to the other base and grind them down. So it's still holding on to those ingots, I've noticed. Distribution options, yeah, the box is ticked to say it. So I'll probably get round to it whenever it can be bothered, basically. But it means now that I've got my snow owls, we should be getting owl pellets over to these as and when. I mean, maybe a case I could probably do with some more, because they only produce so many owl pellets. I was quite surprised actually, the colours on these are nothing like what I was expecting. They definitely look different. I mean, what time is it? It's... Oh! Nope, that wasn't the plan. I pressed the wrong key. So the colours on these look definitely different to what I was looking at out in the wild. I mean, this is a bright red one. This is an interesting combination of something browns. I think what I'll do is, dude, I need to get you out of the way. Let's go plunk you back down here. I mean, Lola's gone up in the corner there. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad I put all the rest. Anything that I leave in a base, I deliberately put them on passivity and ignore group whistles. But everybody else is like, "Yay! I'll follow you." Like, come here. And that's interesting. How did you get outside? Okay. Let's put you back inside then. Although it's like turning an oil tanker with these things. It is so slow at turning. The turning circle's crazy because they go pretty fast actually, unlike an oil tanker. But yeah, interesting to turn around. Right, so now that they're back where they need to be. I mean, the colours, as I say, they're not anything like what I was expecting. I mean, this one's got like mixtures of like little pink dots around its wings. Yeah, probably better if I turn the hood off. So this one's got like little pink dots around it. This one, I think, that's got the similar sort of like pink little dots. But it's these two, I must admit. I mean, this one's like a bright red and orangey colour. This is more like a... That's got it on the actual wings. I mean, if you compare it with likes of... I mean, like Rainbow here. I'm pretty sure I started off breeding RGs for colour, but I got most of hers basically from an event. And Aussie was bred for those specific colours once I started noticing those coming through. Whereas all these ones, yeah, it depends on what the event is, I suppose. So as I say, the colours were just nothing like. I don't like when I went out. I didn't see anything like these in the colours. I just basically picked them, to be honest, because it was a case I just need some snow owls. But I am quite tempted to go and... thanks. I am quite tempted to go out and get some more, really, because they're only going to produce so many at a time. Now, out of curiosity, why is that not picking up the eggs? What's the range on this thing? So it's set to pick up... Ah, that's why. Wrong one. Would help if you set the correct settings on these. Anyway, one thing I want to do, though, is while I was basically twiddling my thumbs waiting for the cryopod sickness to time out, I got myself some actual teleporters. Interestingly, one thing I found is that some of these items that you produce, for some reason they're like non-grindable, which is kind of weird. There's something weird going on here where some of the items you produce you can't grind them. Most of the rest of them you can. And it's like, this is a bit weird. But what's even more stranger, go for the tech pillar. The normal one high tech pillar, you can't grind it. I mean, the normal one you can, so there's definitely something weird going on here. But if I grab some resources to craft one of these, just takes a bit of a while. Some things get produced really, really quickly, some are slow. But look at that. So it's not grindable. And even though I asked for resources for just one item, I ended up with two. So there's definitely something weird going on in S+. Right, anyway, we'll leave Lola over there because I think what I'm going to do, now that I've got my little teleporters, I mean, these are the S+ versions as opposed to the vanilla versions. So I think I'll put that about there. See what the range is on this. So if I set this to, say, so the range is, say we set it to medium. I just don't, basically I don't want to pull the text strider over. Jeez Louise, and I thought it was bad turning the wagon. Let's get up here. So I've now got a teleporter that I can use. I'll hide the range. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to base, because I want to set up another one over there, because that will make it easier for me to get backwards and forwards. Well, we're over on our original base, and I have put a teleporter in here. It needs power, so I had to have it fairly close by. I mean, when I set up these tech transmitters to help me with doing dino scans, I put in some additional power over here, swapped over the tech generators. So they're now providing the power for the transmitters, but also for the teleporter. And what that means is now me and the furry thing that's on my shoulder will be able to get around quicker. So if I select the teleporter, point it to where I want to go, it's kind of similar to really like the fast travel for your bed. It gets you around a lot quicker. So these S+ ones, I like them because they're more compact than the vanilla ones. I mean, this sort of thing's been around for quite a while anyway. And it's a lot more slicker, I find, than using those teleporters you had to do with HLNA back on Genesis 1. I don't know why they had to have these big force field coming up and taking forever before it would teleport you. Kind of odd, I must admit. But this is much, much easier. And the good thing is, I mean, if you've got like a dino next to you, at least one that's within range. So, I mean, that's the area. You need a dino within this area for it to be teleported over. I just hide the range. And you can change the range. At the moment, mine's set to medium. But if I select the teleporter now, go back to base. It's just basically like the fast travel with beds essentially. Except for the fact it also brings your dino with you. Now, another reason I like the S+ version is you also get like a personal teleporter. So that's because, I mean, now we're using what is an Omni tool. So if I press the radial wheel, you've got all these different features that it can do, one of which is to do that teleportation. So I jump on to Polly here. If if I press that, it's saying you've got to dismount to use the teleporter. And if I stand next to her and go back to the other base, it doesn't bring her. So it's just bringing me across. That's the furry thing. So at least it brings your, you know, your actual bare shoulder pet with you, but it doesn't bring your dinos. But either way, it still means that, you know, if you're out and about anywhere on the map, you can get back to, you know, any of your teleporters that you've got out there, as long as you've got that Omni tool to do it with. So that's pretty good, I must admit. It's I mean, the feature's been around for a long time, I must admit. You know, once you get into the tech era, and it just makes getting around on this map much easier. So we're just going to head back to there because I want to have a look and see what needs to be done, because I did get some dedicated storage set up. I mean, we've got our tech transmitters to help you with dino scans, for example. Tech generators to power them. I could do with more of those because there's still quite a bit of items in here that aren't getting pulled out of there. There's no dedicated storage for them. So the base needs a bit of work. I mean, I want to replace these sort of like stone foundations. I need to think about a kibble farm. I'm not 100% sure if it's worthwhile, to be honest, because I mean there's a kitty cat out there, for instance, that you tame it with fish. It loves to electrocute you as well, but it likes fish. So there's no benefit of a kibble there. There's a dolphin that likes to go swimming around in space. I don't think kibble helps with that one either. So it's like, wildcard have kind of like made kibble farms a bit kind of pointless at the moment, because I mean I got away with taming these Maywings on just mutton, for example. So it's like, I think because it's just because of the fact that the actual tech crop plot that you can get now is there. So I think I'll probably make them just for the sake of seeing what they're like, to be honest, in comparison to what you would normally be doing. So yeah, I'd say there's still quite a bit of work to be done around this base here, but there's also still dinos to tame. I still need to get these missions done, because if I want to take on Rockwell at Gamma level, for instance, I've got to do every mission at Gamma level. Doesn't matter how many times you do them, you just got to make sure you do them at least once. So I still need to think about how to get those done as well. I mean, one of my biggest problems is like things like the Bulldog fetch, for example, and the Maywing poach, because of those ones I can't seem to sort of like trank them quickly enough. I mean, I did get a slightly improved tech bow in a loot drop, so I don't know if that'll help. So I've been trying things like the trank darts, and that was just wasn't cutting it, I must admit. And then you're into some of the harder ones, like I think it's Survive the ARK. I think there's a Make Your Own Adventure or something. That's it. Choose Your Own Adventure and Code Red. I think they're more difficult ones to do. So yeah, we managed to get ourselves some snow owls. So at least we're getting some owl pellets for the Gachas, but still a lot of things to be done on ARK. Of course, it's all for another episode.